my goal is to make $10 today. We'll see what we get.
I figured I'd do a little bit of a drive and talk. And basically I'm just DoorDashing around Philly. This is my now second time DoorDashing, and I actually DoorDashed quite a few times when I was living back in North Carolina. I don't know if you guys have been, following my channel since that long ago, but I used to do this during COVID, and I had like a blue pickup truck, and I would do all of these orders in my small town, and it would work out great. I had somewhat of an income, and I was in college, and it got me out of the house, and it let me do some things. The only issue with DoorDash is that if it's not busy, you will not get anything, and it'll actually like kick you off or like end your dash early, and you can't dash anymore. So it all depends on like how busy it is and stuff. So it was busy around this time, so I figured, you know what, maybe I'll make a few bucks and I'll go out and I'll DoorDash. It's pretty intimidating DoorDashing in a city because there's so many buildings, there's so many apartment buildings, there's so many, places to drop things off at, so it could get a little confusing with that. Also, the DoorDash app does not do well for bicyclists. Oh yeah, also, I came up on this event. I had no idea what it was, but there was a lot of people standing outside, and there was this giant rat beside me. I really didn't know what exactly was happening here, but there was a few people with cameras, and yeah, I don't know. It was happening outside of the Whole Foods, so I don't really know exactly what was going on, but yeah, I figured that was pretty strange. I mean, listen, when you're out in the city, these things happen. You would think in New York.
May I bother you? Do you have this or that? Either one of them.
I'm asking for help because honestly, trying to find this stuff is like a needle in a haystack. Depending on like what store I'm going to and how it goes.
Yes, 12 point. Yeah, cool. And then, do you have the hairbrush?
This poor girl is just like getting my order for me basically. I don't know where everything is.
Thank you so much. You are the best. Okay.
So the scooter is a blessing but a curse. The scooter I can take in places. Like, I can take it into like any CVS, Walgreens, food stores. I could take it in anywhere with me. A bike, I cannot. You have to like lock it up outside, and for doing these DoorDashes, they're quick, and you have to take time and unlock your bike, and then chain your bike, and put it on your backpack, and so it's like this whole thing. But I could just go in places with my scooter, which is nice. I really do like that about my scooter.
Hello. Hi, how you doing? Good, how are you? Sorry.
Although the issue with having a scooter is that the battery drains pretty quickly, so there is that, and it's like 40 pounds, so even if the battery died, you're gonna have a fun time pushing that thing either up a hill or riding it just in general, and pushing the 50-pound scooter is never fun. With these DoorDashes, you have to take a picture of the receipt, you have to take a picture of like the bag. It is very technical now versus when I did it back in 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I was like stopping, I was taking photos of everything, like making sure I did everything in steps and everything like that. But you have to scan like the product barcodes and things like that. Like, that was a whole completely new thing. Usually the DoorDash was just food related back in North Carolina. I didn't do groceries before, but this is it. Also, these cars are so dumb because they're parked in the bike lane. And if you guys have ever seen Casey Neistat's bike lane videos, like, you'll understand my, like, it's so frustrating and annoying because then I have to go and try to squeeze myself into the cars that are behind me, and they won't let me in because it's Philly. Okay, people don't let you in just because, so you have to like zip in and out and try to avoid cars as best as possible. And then, okay, so I'm gonna drop it off. I have to take a picture of it, and then I have to send it, and I have to say yes, everything went fine. And then I saw the girl in the window like look out, and I'm like, what? It was kind of scary, honestly. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just left. So.
Okay, we just made another $4. I'm excited. Oh God. Okay, we got another order. This one should be fine. $7.
Something about riding in Philly, even if you're riding in the road like I am, there's ginormous like potholes everywhere. So you have to be really careful about like where you're going, because you can easily flip over on a scooter. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like some of these potholes are big enough to literally flip my scooter if I'm going fast enough or if I'm not paying attention. It's almost happened a few times. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has happened a few times. So I'm gonna go in here, pick up some sandwiches.
Thank you, sweetie.
I'm picking up for Mark D. There should be 2 orders. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
But yeah, even on the sidewalks in Philly, like they're very uneven. So you have to like bunny hop them kind of to get over them. So again, you have to be paying attention 100%. Otherwise,
like technical. Okay.
So this is what I mean by like taking photos of everything. So they wanted a photo of each receipt,
okay,
and they wanted like a photo of the stuff to submit it.
Confirm pickup. It's fine.
So, which I didn't even think of it as a receipt. I think it was just the order of what it was. Because I try to scan everything to get fetch points. And if you guys don't know what fetch points are, you can go in the description below. I have a link to my fetch points. You will get like an extra 100 and I'll get extra 100, so we can help each other out. But basically, you scan receipts and you get points, and then the points can add up to gift cards. So you can get gift cards to anything. You can get gift cards to airlines, you can get gift cards to Amazon, Walmart, Target, anything like that. This is not a sponsored ad. I'm just letting you know because this is a great hack for living cheaply. All you have to do is just scan receipts and you'll get a bunch of points, and then you can get gift cards. So if you click on the link below, it'll automatically give you like, I don't know, 50 or 100 points just for signing up using my link. So that's cool. But yeah, Philadelphia is really nice to ride around in, minus the potholes in the streets. But I'll just be zipping around. So I'll be in the roads, I'll be on the sidewalks. I do like the bike lanes. I think they need it more. As you can see, like there's no bike lanes and on this road. But some of the roads will have bike lanes, and they're so nice because I don't have to worry about a car turning into me or, you know, a car bumping into me. But yeah, sometimes, like, look, this is just a tight squeeze. Like, I almost hit the car. But anyways, yeah, like that's what you have to do. You kind of have to go in and out. I hop the sidewalk here and I go turn, which is another awesome benefit of having a scooter doing this job, is because you can get around a lot quicker. On a bike, you can't really fit in between cars very well, but on a scooter, you definitely can. It's a lot easier. You see a lot of people doing, you know, DoorDash around the city, like DoorDash, Uber Eats. There's another one that I think there's a delivery service for. There's so many Uber drivers, so many DoorDashers. I mean, it makes sense because there's a lot of people in this city, so there's a lot of things that need to be met. So there's a lot of work. There's always a lot of work. But yeah, you see these guys like in the pouring rain and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't think my scooter can stay alive during that, but you know, it's worth a shot. But I don't think I would ever ride my scooter in the rain though, because that's pretty. I probably couldn't even see the road, honestly. even if I was wearing like sunglasses or whatever, I'd have to like wipe them every 2 seconds.
Have a good one.
Okay, so this guy actually came out and said hi. And then I was gonna stop there, but then I picked up another order. This was at CVS. Now, this is where things got a little bit weird. So I was getting like ointments, like skincare ointments, and I couldn't find the name brand that she wanted. So I like said, I was texting her pictures of like alternatives, and she was like, do you have the name brand? I was like, no. And it was like a whole back and forth thing, and I had to wait a long time. And then she ended up saying, oh, it's fine. And so I was like, okay. I also found 2 pennies underneath this machine, which was great. 2 extra cents. That was my 2 cents for the day. Okay.
Place your item in the bagging area.
Yeah, use the DoorDash card
Your total is
to pay for it, which is great.
Please select your payment.
So I don't have to pay for
Please
it.
wait.
Get like reimbursed or whatever. Got those pennies. That's what that was. I will say, like, putting everything in a bag, taking the receipt, and then I have to scan the receipt, and then put the bag in the backpack, and you know, all of that. The whole process takes a little hot second, so I have to like pull off to the side and do all those things. So it gets, yeah, sometimes it's pretty annoying, especially if you have like a big order or whatever. Here I am scanning the receipts, getting those fetch points. She also switched the address on me like halfway through this order. So instead of going, I don't know, like 6 minutes or whatever, I had to go like 10 minutes away. And I didn't really know where this place was. I was just, you know, I didn't really look at the map very well. But I had to go over the bridge, so I was like, oh, well, maybe it's like to the college. That's what I was thinking I was going. But then it ended up being a convention center, and I was like, oh, a convention center. What could be at this convention center? So here I am just driving. Again, there's cars parked all along in the bike lane sometimes. Really annoying. I also don't really pay attention to the lights. Like if it's a red light.
Oh, shit.
I almost fell there. Did you hear that? If it's a red light, I'll like check both ways, and then I'll just go. If it's not, I mean, like, you know, I've done it in front of like cops before. Like, they don't care. So that's another good thing about being a scooter. Scooters are kind of faster. Oh my god, these train tracks were a nightmare to go over.
Fuck. Oh my god.
My whole thing.
Okay.
Just, yeah, I should have gotten off, but.
So, this lady ordered something and changed her address, and now it's further away. So, I'm now taking a bike path to get to her, so this is gonna be quite interesting. This is my last one because I think I'm gonna be out of battery at this point. But yeah, hopefully I have enough to get there. And maybe back would be nice. I have to walk all the way back.
So something about the bike path, I was really surprised that it, Google Maps took me on the bike map, because the DoorDash maps doesn't take me on bike paths. It only does street, like car vibes. And I was like, oh, okay. So I usually just take the address and I plug it into my Apple Maps as soon as I get like an address somewhere.
Okay, this is gonna drain my battery. I'm gonna run up. Oh yeah! The hustle is real though. It's got me going across all the whole bridge here. Jeez. Okay, this place is a hospital. Okay. Okay.
That goes back there on a shelf.
Okay.
Straight back.
Hello.
So I had to call this girl because
I don't know where
Right up on that.
Okay, cool.
she didn't know where I was, and I didn't know where she was.
Brian?
Hey, I dropped it off where I was supposed to by the flowers and like the air tanks.
Where at?
Yeah, so the desk recipient told me to go behind the like Hospital of University of Pennsylvania thing and then drop it off there. I'm inside the Hospital of University. That's the address you sent me, the convention thing.
Oh, the man at the front desk. I'm just trying to see where.
Yeah, he has a red jacket on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take them up.
Okay. Okay, so I ended up going to the hospital. Now I'm at half battery and it takes me 15 minutes to get home. I reached $15 though, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm ready to go home. So busy. The only issue of DoorDashing on a scooter is that it sucks up a lot of battery, especially if you're going kind of far, which the dashes were 3 and far-ish for a scooter. I think DoorDash registers it as like a motored scooter. Well, I'd say that's a pretty successful trip. Got 16.25 in an hour. Not bad. You know, my scooter needs to be charged, but I got home and, you know, it was fine. It was like half battery still, so, but it was definitely gonna go if I went up that hill. But anyways, yeah, really interesting. A hospital. I should really like check where it's going. It said it was going to the college at first, and then she changed the address to further, which was the hospital. And I was like, oh, I got there. I was like, where do I go? So I went in the emergency part and I was trying to find the front desk. It was quite interesting. This is, you know, you get stories by doing this, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna be done until my scooter charges. But even then, I don't think I would want to go back out unless something is like close. It keeps giving me like 5 miles, 6 miles. I'm like, you know, I still have to go to the store and then go, like, you know, it's just like, and then come back, you know, so it's quite interesting.